Hey everyone, and welcome to Shellypurls. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Today we're going to be doing a tutorial for a cast off. So this is part of the beginners tutorials. So we've done a cast on, we've done how to do knit stitch and giving us a nice garter material, and then we've done how to do purl stitch and made a stockinette, which is a mix of knit and purl. So now we're just going to cast off this little bit of fabric, and that gives you a basic, now you could make a scarf, even a beanie, just something to get started on and learn how to knit. Alright, so we're going to start with yarn, working yarn in right hand, and then I wrap it around my finger so I've got some tension and I can adjust that as I need. And then we're going to knit the first stitch, so that's in left side of the stitch through the middle, out the other side, wrap around the wool, and then slip it off the needle. We're going to knit the second stitch just the same, but now instead of going to the third stitch on this side of the needle, we're going to use this first stitch over here. We're going to pop that onto the needle, and then I tend to hold this a bit tighter with my right hand just so I can pop it over the top of the second stitch, and that's one stitch cast off. So now we're going to do the same thing. Knit one, so then we've got two stitches on our right hand needle. I'm going to get my needle in that stitch and then bring it over the top, and then we have two stitches cast off. So we do the same thing again. Knit one stitch, now we have two stitches on our right hand needle. We're going to get that first stitch, oops, get it properly, here we go. Hold on to the wool, slippery. Hold on to the wool and pull it over. I like to just make sure I've got a little bit of play so I'm not too tight. So see how my stitch is actually fairly loose on my needle? So when I go in for the next stitch, pull it over, you don't end up with a really tight bind off. It's nice and loose, the fabric sits properly, you don't get any puckering. Just something to remember. Sometimes you can pull too tightly on the wool, on this part, when you're pulling this stitch over, and then you'll end up with some puckering fabric. So just something to look out for. So knit, make sure you've got two stitches on the needle, pull the first one over the second, and then slip it off the needle. And we just continue all the way, and then when we get to the end I'll show you what to do next. So we just keep going. I just realised I don't have any scissors to break the yarn at the end. This could be fun. This is a pretty thick yarn I'm using. Yeah, anyway, slipping over. Make sure you still have enough, wool in the way, so a bit of, a looser sort of knit that you're doing. So then you won't, have puckering fabric. So you can see so far, I've got a nice cast off edge and it's not puckering up. It does curl, but that's what stockinette stitch does. That's this smooth fabric, it tends to curl. So I'll just keep going till we get to the end. We're nearly there, guys. It's pretty simple how to cast off. Two stitches on the needle, pull it through. Okay, so last stitch, we're going to knit that last stitch. We're going to pull the same second stitch over the first, so it's the same as all the rest. Now you've got one stitch left on one needle. At this point, this is where, taking it off my needle, there's my last stitch. I've just made it really big so I don't accidentally lose it because I'm about to break the wool. Got it. So there's our last stitch. Grab the wool at the tail end, pull it through, and then just pull it tight. And there you have it. there is a lovely cast on edge, nice and straight, not too tight. And there we have it. There is the completion of our beginners tutorials. So don't forget to check out the other ones on YouTube. You can also check out my shop on Facebook, and I also do custom orders, so make sure you ask me about that. Alright, see you later.